Tears. And then end our turn and get a 2020. Hello, Snugglebugs. Welcome to today's Hearthstone video. We're coming at you with a little bit of Earthen Paladin. We are against a warrior, so I may actually keep Judge Unworthy. I don't know about that. We can get rid of the Pyromancer, and you know what? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that, see what else we can find. We do have the Stoneheart King now. We're playing this deck again because, of course, there was the buff to our Disciple of Amatos. I don't think our deck tracker is updated. That should be a 5-mana cost now, if I'm not mistaken, anyway. So the hope is, of course, for us to see how well that buff actually impacts us, really. That's sort of the plan. And I believe there was actually another buff. I'm just doing a quick double check to make sure I don't say the wrong thing here. But for standard balance updates, there was, in fact... It's not... all we can do here is Forge. And yeah, we'll just sort of pick at that. Boom. But yeah, for standard balance updates, yeah, here we go. For this deck, we did, in fact, see this go down to 5 mana, and our boy Tyr here go down to 6 mana. So that is kind of the two changes we're hoping. Oh, could have waited 2 seconds, and I could have drew Disciple to confirm. And yeah, looks like they got the perfect Steam Guardian turn, which probably puts them right into their whatchamacallit. Yeah, we're just going to Treasure Guard. Because we're going to end up coining Disciple. No, we'll probably just play Earthen King. It's hard to say. But they probably drew right out of their Black Rock and Roll or Black Rock Mountain, or Rock and whatever it's called, Black Rock and Roll. If they're playing that, because if they are, if that's what they drew, they would have played it, right? From the depths. Interesting. Have not seen that played in a little bit. I do know there was some warrior buffs today. So I guess there's definitely some opportunities that maybe there's some discounty control warrior deck stuff going on that I'm not quite familiar with, as this is, of course, day 1 of the 27.1.2 patch that we're just trying out here today. Okay. Little Minotaurin. That's pretty typical in Odin warrior style decks. But that's alright. Do we just Stoneheart King? I think we actually Disciple of Amatos. Part of the reason is because that should give us, it's only Paladin minions, so we're actually only going to have Disciple and a Earth Golem and our buddy that just died there. The other buddy, Stoneheart King. That's grayed out. That died, so we'll see on if we think that's worth playing right now. Okay. Forge. That's probably the deal, like 6 damage effectively. Making me trade. I can see what you're trying to pull. I can see it. The only thing that you might not see coming, though, is I can get another little 2 mana, in this case, 6/6 boy on the board. And you know what? I will, in fact, coin Consecration. And I will kill the Minotaurin, just because we, that way we keep their board clean. We now have, you know, 9-8 worth of stats on the board, which is pretty good. Pretty good, I must say, pretty good. Won't complain. Gonna take a little drink. That is fine. Them being control deck does kind of hurt us a little bit. Now, do not currently have anything else, so I probably will just Tears. Here, I know it's only going to get 3 minions. Yeah. But that's okay, because then this will give us a 10-10. And then what they'll potentially do is attack this and Brawl, if they have Brawl, but that kind of leaves them open to not playing much else, and then we can just, you know, start playing our Astalord into our service spells and start getting more things on the go. That is, of course, if they have Brawl. Right? If they don't have Brawl now, they've been playing their Shield Slams and Slams and things left and right. So the fact we now have like 26 on board in a single turn like that, pretty good. Still feels pretty good. They do have Brawl. They did attack this first, which only surprises me because A, they would have got the armor, and now when this dies, I'll actually be left with 2 minions, one being a 12/12. Where if they attack that first, and the 2/2 survive... Oh, okay, Blade Storm. But I mean, that might make that a wasted resource. Obviously, we don't know for sure what the outcome would have been. Let us Service Bell. We'll get a Tears, and then I'll just play our other Disciple of Armatas. Boom! 14-14. Keep it up. Keep it up. I mean, to be fair, the Warrior has been keeping it up. They've been doing a pretty good job of taking out all of our threats. I'm hoping their other Shield Slam, because I do believe they've only used one, so they don't have it, so it does not take out our 14-14. I am also having a series now where I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the channel. It's a little different. I will be trying to make sure I keep uploading my 3 Hearthstone videos every day, but if you're interested, please check those out and let me know, I guess, in the comments if that's something you're interested in. If it isn't, or if they don't do well after a couple, obviously I want to keep it going for a little while. We'll see. But I love the game, and I really wanted to bring that enjoyment to you all. Okay. I mean, literally did like nothing other than we're going to be drawing a bunch of cards now. Yeah, he drew 2 cards. We're going to be drawing 2 cards per turn. Which, I mean, gives him more clear, sure, but I am not super concerned with this right now. I will, in fact, just play him. And because I don't want too many minions on board in case they have another brawl, I will keep the 2 mana just to forge my other card here. Yeah, see, now their hand is full again. But massive board clear, I feel like, is just their second brawl. Because Bladestorm will not allow them to... There it is. So there's their other brawl, which means my second Tears really shouldn't have too much to worry about. Excuse me. And I'll have a reload with the actual Tier himself when I draw him. Him. Yeah, him. Okay. I mean, it kind of makes me want to let him draw it out, actually, right? I mean, kinda. Well, I feel like we just go Tears into Ignis and trade face, perhaps? I don't know if leaving up the 5 damage is really going to matter too much. So let me craft a 5 mana weapon. I have too much stuff to play to want to craft a 10 mana weapon, but Lifesteal could be good. Cleave, doubtful. So I'm going to go with Lifesteal. And we're going to summon random 4. And again, we have a decent amount of minions, I think, so we're actually just going to go with the armor for the heals. Tears. And then end our turn and get a 20-20. 20-20! Never would have thought I would have seen that. And with their brawl gone, I mean, they can clear up the board. Of course, they do have this, so they're going to have a bunch of random spells they're going to be able to play, I guess. Muster gives them some dudes. Gives them another spell to draw, which is actually, again, pretty okay by me. They have no undeads. So yeah, they drew a card. It was pretty much, they got 3 1/1s and they drew a card. They shouldn't have a third brawl, so I'm not entirely sure what killing that would do. Okay. In that case, I should just have lethal, I think, right? They have 2 mana to try to clear this board, and I have 60. A little more than 60 damage plus my weapon. Yeah. That's okay. We won't do anything funky. Alright, there you go. Thank you. Nacho Libre. I mean, that felt good. Whether or not that was just due to the buffs, we didn't even get to play tier. The 5 cost getting out that Disciple on curve did feel pretty impactful. But you know what? If you enjoyed that, subscribe to see more, and I'm going to go hop into another game and see if we can't replicate that success. Another warrior. Definitely seems pretty popular lately. Definitely on our list to also want to try here shortly. Let's see if we can replicate the success that we had in the last one. Doop-a-doo. Ooh, Disciple, Tears, both kind of good. Really what we need to make... Ooh, Renethal in this one, eh? Really what we need is a Stoneheart King. Would be good. 2 Tears might be overkill. Now, if we do get a Stoneheart King, though, we don't even really need to forge these tiers. That's actually not bad, because we can forge. Next turn, we'll be able to just play the Treasure Guard, and hopefully between either my natural draw or the Treasure Guard draw, thijs. No. We did not get the natural draw. Stoneheart King would be top tier. Ah, top tier. Yeah, totally thought that out. What is that? Looks like a big mechanical dwarf blacksmith. Oh, it's cool, I admit. Celestial Projectionist. Now, do I just coin the Disciple? I ask as I'm already in the motion of doing it. Might not be the best play in the world, but, you know, okay. I admit, I don't know why, but, you know, I'm a opponent very much so of, like, when I watch shows and movies, sometimes not good at it, mind you. My voice will attempt to change into certain characters on said show, and me and the missus have been watching a little bit of a show called Barry, and there's a character on it named Hank that just happens to have that bit of a type of accent. Again, can't say I'm very good at it, so probably doesn't sound anything like it. Apologies if if that just comes across the wrong way. It's just my brain. So the way the brain works. Now, if our Stoneheart King does die here and gives us another little wee man, which it looks like it's going to. Sure. That does give them a pretty decent little board here. Now, they're going to have to trade in with 2 if they really want to, or with the weapon, which, I mean, it's not really a good call on their point, because if they do, it's going to destroy you. So, you really wanted to, yeah. You know what? Take out that 6-minute spell, basically, for them having 1/5/4 at the end of it. I will accept. I believe I only had 3 die that were actual Paladin minions. So I'm going to just play this tier. And then end my turn. Get me a little 8/8. Thank you. Now, they do have a pretty good AoE kind of effect here that if they want to, they could just trade in the 5/3, hit with the weapon. Or they're just gonna gain armor one more time and hit face, so they don't have to trade in. But then it's gonna drop a 10/10? Sure. Their death rattle should go off first. So that stays alive, and I get a 10/10. Okay, Bellowing Flames. One of them should stay alive. And you know what? I was going to play the tiers, but instead, just because we have the value, the opportunity, we are just going to play it this way. Smack him in the face for 10. Bam. Gotta try to get as much value in this matchup as possible. If we rush too hard into the other tiers, and they have brawls and that sort of thing in this deck, it could be rough, right? We gotta make sure we're cognizant of their outs. Mrs. Snuggly might be home. So, if you hear some barking, I may have to mute for a minute. But that's okay. 10-1. Oh, they can't even kill the 10-1. Yeah, sure. In that case, we just play the other Disciple. Again, kind of maybe playing it a little slow, but forces them in with this board. I think the only one single card I can think of would be their second Brawl. And again, if they play their second Brawl already, that's similar to the first game, we'll take that. Okay. Do you have a 1 damage? No? Okay, so I can actually just smack there for 1. And play our Amatos, the Peacekeeper. I mean, I don't think that was lethal, right? That would be 16, 12 is 20. It would have been pretty close. I can't remember what health they had because they gained armor the last turn, but I mean, being able to deal with Control Warrior tools. I know Control Warrior kind of died off, but it's been doing well. This deck, oh, love it. You know what? So far, 27.2. Patch gets an A-OK from this guy. And with that, Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.